last game. Same thing offensively. I mean, our defensive front, the guys in the secondary, linebackers, they've all been playing very fast. And so if you're not playing with your eyes, they're going to be by you before you can know it. And then that's an explosive play defensively, waiting to happen. And we've been good over the last few years of being explosive on both sides of the ball. And obviously it's going to do nothing but make us better.
The Noles will have their first scrimmage on August 3rd. It's 90 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time. Featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Jaguars back on the practice field, and pads are soon to be on. Welcome in a Monday of XL Primetime. Okama Beer Company bringing you today's show, and we are fired up coming out of another, I would say, a spirited practice as we get ready for the Jaguars to see not just uppers, but full pads, man. We're going to go back from the weekend when the legends were out, including big Leon Searcy, and talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff from the first, it's going on the first full week because we've only been in now Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, off day Sunday, and then back at it today. So Jaguar football, the rest of the National Football League, everybody in action. There's news in the AFC South that we definitely will get to, but it was hot out there, and that air ain't moving very much at all, fellas. That's for sure. But the ball was moving, and the offense was better, and I think that's what most people want to hear. Like I said, I'm not sounding any alarm or anything like that, but I do like to see the back and forth between these two sides of the football. That's for sure.
Well, I wasn't out there today but I was fortunate enough to be there Saturday to watch it because they had the Legends Appreciation Day. I just want to shout out to the Jaguars because their hospitality, was second to none. They took care of the fellas real good. The usual suspects were there. The Beasleys, Huntington, T-Max, Schwartz, Big Hand, me were all there. We were on the field answering questions. Brian Sexton did a great job asking us questions about back in the day and all that kind of stuff. So we were there with the Roar and the D-line and all the other kind of stuff. So, it was a great day, had a great time. And then we went and watched practice. All right, so there was a 2-minute drill. There was a 2-minute drill, offense against defense, ones against ones. And it wasn't good. I'm just going to say it wasn't good. All right, the offense struggled. The defense applied pressure on them. They had the defense where they had the 2-3 techniques, 2 linebackers stepping in, and they were coming around.
What was the first play? First play?
No. I'll get to that. That wasn't. That was a 2-minute drill. That's back on the back end.
I'm holding off. There
was a lot of scrambling around. There was a lot of opportunities that didn't transcend. Missed passes behind. The thing is though, they ran the ball well. When they ran the ball in 2-minute drill, they got 3, 4 yards, 5 yards of pop or whatever. When they passed, they struggled a little bit. So I was getting frustrated up there because I'm watching as offensive line, seeing them get pushed backwards and nobody's pushing back with them. You know what I'm saying? Straight-legged, not hitting them, not punching them, all that kind of stuff. That's okay. Let me exhale a little bit because I was getting frustrated up there. I really was. My teammates was like, calm down, sir. So we go on to 7-on-7. On the 7-on-7, hate to say it, first play, pick 6, Trevor. All right, pick 6. All right, takes to the house. Goes down, he takes to the house and does a little dance in the end zone after he picks the ball. Comes back, and then after that, check down. I was like, I asked the fellow, I said, did y'all notice that after he threw that pick 6, he kind of just checked down after that. He didn't try to go down on the field anymore. So that was the rest of my day on Saturday. Now, I'm glad to hear that the offense played a lot better today because I wasn't out there.
Yeah.
Apparently, Doug Peterson's given us a reason why this is happening, right? Because
RJ, you can pull up some Dougie Fresh just so we can get a little bit.
Enlighten me, Matt Hayes.
So it's the idea is that the defense knows what the offense is running, and the offense knows what the defense is running, and they're going to try and see who performs best when everybody knows what's going on. And it's like, let's just say it's like the offense is running. What's that crack you play? You talk about all the
38 toss you crack.
Okay, so the offense is running 38 toss you crack, all right? So then they say, defense, all right, we want to see you in a 4-3 under, and let's see what happens. And then they'll run the next play. And the next play, all right, we want to see you in a 3-4 over. We'll see how it runs it. We can run it against that. That's the idea of what he's selling. I think if RJ can bring this up, then you'll understand it. But I'm going to be honest.
Well,
I'm going to be honest.
Okay,
I mean, I've been around a lot of college and NFL practices, and I've never seen where both sides know what the play is.
Bro,
never
in the history of my career have I ever played in practice where we knew what the defense was running, because the whole purpose behind practice is the unpredictability of the play, to see how you respond to it, to put you in a situation where you have to fight your way out of it. Mm-hmm. But if you know what the play is, if you know what the defense is, if you know if they blitz and this and that, how does that help you?
Now, I mean, I will say this. If this is the reason why, or how Doug Peterson is explaining, not the reason, how he's explaining why the offense has looked sluggish, why Trevor has looked sluggish, I mean, all right, I'll buy it. Okay. It still doesn't mean there's not a red flag out there.
Oh,
it still doesn't mean he's not.
But
he's not the same guy out there right now. Yeah. He's clearly not.
Well, he's not off to a good start. There's no doubt about that.
I think it's a little worse than that, but all right.
Yeah, but like I just said, we have yet to hit a week. And I do know that one thing has changed down there, and that is the level of play on the defensive side of the ball. And then if you want to add to that, the level of play on the offensive side of the ball has taken a dip. They haven't they haven't done everything yet in terms of, they've got a lot of install going. Christian Kirk said it today. They are working a lot of underneath stuff, trying new things, trying to figure out exactly how they can get this offense to work.
Bro, I just watching it on set, our defense is playing in fast forward and our offense is in slow motion. Mm-hmm. And why is that? I mean, it's obvious to me that in the meeting rooms, the defensive coordinator is saying, hey, listen, we got to play with enthusiasm, we got to play with tempo, we got to play with with some ferocity, that kind of stuff. And offensively, it seems like we're just like ho hum. Okay, mm-hmm. we're okay, we're good. We're
not
fine.
only that, I mean, I don't, and I know I understand what you're saying, Joe. I don't want to give him the excuse that we're just a week into it, and here's why. Because I don't want his confidence shaken either. Mm-hmm. Like you said, after the pick six, he's check downs. Charlie checked down for 3 straight plays after. I don't want that. I want him throwing second, third, and level throws, and that's I think that's look. He's the coach. He gets paid millions of dollars for this idea or whatever they're doing. I get all of that. Okay, all I'm saying is it's our job to look at that and say, wait, what? And that's right. What we're doing right now is saying, wait, what? I've never seen this before. You, being an NFL player, have never seen it before.
I've never heard of it.
So my whole thing is, I don't want to get to the point where Trevor's confidence is shaken by this. And now we're 1 week into this now.
All right. So here's Doug. This is the cut courtesy of Jaguars.com. The first one is on the first 4 days of offense.
We're only 4 days in, right? 4 days in. So still installing, still learning, still teaching, progressing okay. It's obviously we're not a finished product, and we just continue to learn and grow and working different combinations up front in the O-line, working different combinations at receivers and running backs. Just we're still in this developmental phase, developing all our players. As we get going deeper into camp, we'll get more specific on lineups and things like that.
I don't like that. You know why I don't like that? Because you're returning 9 starters. Who's new on the offensive line? Who's new? You got Mitch Morse, you got Brian Thomas, and who else? Who else is new?
Everybody else.
Everybody else is guys who played last year.
Here's something else. I'm just going to throw this out there. What's new in the scheme? It's your scheme. It's what you run. Have you completely changed the scheme?
That's the only way. That's the only way you can make an excuse for it, if you completely change it. Because the guys who played last year, you're 9 deep. You're 9 deep on guys who played the same scheme, the same offense last year.
The quote unquote install is minicamp, is OTAs.
Yeah, you pretty much got 80% of the stuff in OTAs. Man.
Well, yeah, that's just my
experience.
That's what you're supposed to be doing on the. But again, listen. There are kings of second guessers, and I have one of them right next to me. So all I'm saying.
No, I'm not second guessing. Look. We could all just take it for what it is, and whatever they're telling us. They just feed us, and you say, okay. There are other situations in our country going on like that right now, so we're not going to do that, okay?
I haven't seen them kick off a game yet. I'm just seeing what's happening, and that's the whole idea, is that there is a brand-new defense out there. And Doug can't get away from it, because I definitely made the point that hardly anything has changed on the offensive side. But
it's good to question.
They did say they wanted to tear it down to the studs. Do you guys remember
I remember that, yeah.
And so they're trying to figure out how to fix the run game, which that's what they're committed to and trying to make a difference in.
So they're trying to tear down the offense to the studs? I have a better idea.
Game.
I have a better idea. Draft a guard. How about that?
Okay.
How about that? Fix your offensive line.
Let me ask you a question. Is drafting a guard going to make Trevor and with the practice that we've seen so far without any pads any better?
That all has to do with they know what you're running and you know what you're running, so let's see who's better. I don't understand that concept either, but all right.
I'm just thinking the guard has nothing to do with what we're seeing right now.
Right. Well, when the defense knows what you're doing and you're telling them we're running a 38 toss crack, or in this case, it'll be a play action throw to an X, whatever, a throw. They know you're throwing the ball. They know where it's going. They know exactly how you're blocking it, everything.
Well, then that would explain why the defenses look so good if they know the plays. So now it's a clear contradiction of how our defenses are playing if they know the plays.
All right, a couple more from Doug.
This is crazy jag on jag is what it is. This is all kind of crazy.
Couple more from Doug. Is he worried about the offense? That's just a pretty blanket question that you can ask the head coach.
I mean, look, we're 4 days in, and they're going to happen. Typically at this time, you would say defense is probably ahead of the offense. I mean, it's always been that way, and any turnovers can be cause for concern. But we continue to coach and teach, but on the other side of it, that's what you want your defense to do. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle.
All right, so let's get to the red zone because that's what they did a lot of work with at the end of the beginning of practice, beginning of training camp. And we were talking about it, and even press came out and said, I believe it was on Friday, that they didn't want to stress the body too much. They were working in tight quarters, which I do believe red zone's a major priority for them. But here's Dougie on that red zone stuff.
Well, you're right. We're not game planning our defense, and they're not game planning the offense. So we are installing plays, they're installing defenses, and we just go out and execute, and want to see what our guys know and can they play fast. So a lot of situations are not conducive. A route combination may not be conducive to the coverage that they're playing, right? I mean, those are all, and we don't care about that. Again, we don't. I want to see what guys know. Are they running the right routes? I want to see if Trevor's going through the progression. I want to see, if it's a team situation, protection aspects to that. That's the teaching part of training camp. We're not in week 5. It's day 5 really of practice. So we're not scheming. And so it does make it look awkward that the offense may not, be scoring every touchdown every time we put the ball in the air.
So his answer is that they're running what they want to run. It's not that the defense knows exactly what they are running. They're not going back and forth as far as that. They're not trying to.
No, the defense does know what they're running.
Well, the way he's explaining it is they're just running theirs no matter what. That's at least how I'm hearing it.
Right, and the defense knows what they're running. That's the whole point. He's trying to figure out if it's they know what you're doing. I still want to see if you can be successful when they know what you're doing.
Can you run the right route? Can you do all that? Do you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing? Mm-hmm. And like I said, this is honestly, I can't express. Like, have you looked around and see what other teams do to go through practice? Is everyone looking 100% polished out of the box? I don't think so.
And you're the NFL player, man. You know how I feel. I mean, I'll go off right now, but I just want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, I mean, listen, I in my 11 years, I've been accustomed to stress tests, all right? So the offense and the defense, we never shared that kind of information where they know what you're doing and they're seeing if you can still beat the coverage or the protection or whatever, stuff like that. Our offense or our defensive coordinators put us in the most stressful positions that we could be in and see how we respond to it. So that's why the unpredictability of the defense is what makes the offensive line much more sustainable when the season starts, because you don't know what they're coming. You don't know if they're bringing cross dogs. You don't know if they're going to run games. You don't know if they're going to slant, angle, all that kind of stuff. So you got to adjust on the fly. That's the reason why you don't tell offensive linemen what the defense is running, because the unpredictability makes you a better player.
Yeah.
So, but and here's what I see about Doug. So Doug is saying that the defense knows what we're going to run, and I want to see if you can still beat it, even though they know we're going to run these combinations of routes when it comes to it. So I don't know. Coach Campbell could probably give you a better assessment of it, but the combination of routes, they run cover 2, cloud 3, or whatever, and can you still find a way to make a catch or make make a throw when they know that you're going to be running these kind of combinations?
Right, and if it's and to your point, to add on to that, and Doug even said this, the idea is I want to make sure that Trevor's going through his progressions. Mm-hmm. Well, if they know what you're running, he's forced to go. He's forced to find somebody out there. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case and that's what it is, okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. But how many times when we were out there and they were doing Pascals and it's ball snapped and we're like, sack. 1, 2, and sack. And he still got the ball and he's still looking. Because he's, you got 2 seconds basically, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.2, 2.3.
Most to get the ball off. And so I get it. I understand the concept of it. My concern is, and again, I'm just a dude here. I'm not the head coach. His confidence at some point is going to be a little shaken.
Yeah, I look at out of all of this, I don't mind him being pressed. I don't mind at all. I don't need his confidence to take a hit or be inflated. I just need him to do what's necessary to make the play. All right, you guys keep it going. If you were out there today, 641-1010, anything over the weekend that you saw, especially all of Duval, that's turned out for practice, you can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Mocama Beer Company, Monday, every single day they're serving up that delicious coffee, and then Tuesday through Sunday in the tap room right there in beautiful Fernandina on South 8th, and their Wildlight location. Enjoy some of that great Mocama crab.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. Now, a 1010XL Summer Olympic Update brought to you by
USAPark.net Airport Parking.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. If you drive over the speed limit by a little or a lot, you can hurt someone. Paid for by NHTSA. The men's artistic gymnastics final is highlighting the night session here on day 3. The U.S. men sit in 3rd place right now after the 5th rotation of the final, trailing only China and Japan. Great Britain and Ukraine, though, not too far behind. The U.S. will finish on pommel horse. There are also a handful of finals in men's and women's swimming. Medals will be awarded in the women's 400 individual medley, the men's and women's 200-meter freestyle, and the men's and women's 100-meter backstroke. The U.S. women's basketball team begins its quest for a 10th overall and 8th straight gold medal when it tips off against Japan in its first group stage game later today. 6-time Olympian Diana Taurasi and 2-time WNBA MVPs Asia Wilson and Brianna Stewart headline the 12-player roster. With this Summer Games update, I'm Erica Herskowitz, Westwood One Sports.
Hi, I'm April Rose, and we all know about the speed of sound. But have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? If you drive over the speed limit, there are lots of sounds that you might hear. You could hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, the sound of first responders desperately trying to save you. You could even hear the sound of people crying at a funeral. Because if you drive over the speed limit, you could do damage that's beyond repair. One way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Wellness means something different to each of us. And at Westin Hotels and Resorts, we believe every step is an opportunity to enhance your well-being. Whether it's guided group runs and workout gear on demand, or nourishing food options and restorative rest in our heavenly bed. When you travel, you can find wellness at Westin, one of 30 hotel brands in the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio. Find wellness at Westin.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and summer's here on the First Coast. You know, long days, short sleeves, and soaring temperatures that can do a number on your AC. Look, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Hope is not a plan. So do what I did and plan ahead with expert AC tune-ups from Fenwick Home Services to avoid those costly summer breakdowns. Fenwick has you covered with same-day service, including maintenance plans, free same-day estimates, and guaranteed repairs. Book your expert tune-up today and avoid costly breakdowns tomorrow. Plan ahead instead of hoping for the best. Online at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com.
It's the Big One sales event going on now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Buy a pre-owned 2019 Toyota Corolla for just $1,000 down and $288 per month. Or you choose a pre-owned 2020 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $1,000 down and $388 per month.
Front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona.
To the 26th. The tournament schedule is packed with excitement, featuring 9 events, including the $1,700 no-limit hold'em mystery bounty main event with a $300,000 guaranteed prize pool. Head to bestbetjacks.com for the full schedule and satellite information. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Sometimes the most important position in sports needs a translator.
I'm Denny Thompson, and they call me the quarterback whisperer.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water throughout your home, call your local water boy. We install equipment to solve any water problem. Waterboy, JAX.com.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees, and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
If you're tired of your fence looking like a bad hair day, well, it's time for a fence makeover with Superior Fence and Rail. They'll make your yard the talk of the town with a new fence installed by their expert team.
Your fence is fantastic. My fence is giving all of my neighbors some serious pick and envy. Thanks, Superior Fence and Rail.
So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your fence installation project today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hi, I'm David Lane, your average everyday Joe. I'm 5 months out of my back surgery with Southeast Orthopedic, and I'm doing great. Thanks to Dr. Herford and his staff at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
100%. I feel like I'm a little bit more, not on edge, but I got a little bit more of a bite to me this year, just with my sense of urgency within practice of just not only pushing myself, but everybody else around me, basically saying we can't wait. You know, we can't wait for the opportunity to come to us. We got to go take it.
It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room in Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
You can definitely look for them on the shelves at Total or ABC. All of that craft on display. Pilsners, stouts, fruited, sours, IPAs, lagers. You know I love them all. That's for sure. Definitely check out Mocama Beer Company. Dude, you guys need to chill. There are several new players there trying to teach everything. Matt, you need a smoke break. That's what they said on the text line.
You love those fruited sours, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
you do. Like a Hefeweizen. You're big on those.
I love them. I love the wheat beers. I have an affinity for all of them, that's for sure. But do you need a smoke break or not?
No, I'm fine, man.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you can walk around with blinders on, or you can say something. I'm going to say something.
Yeah, that's what
not
we're here
you,
for.
not
Right.
you. I'm saying in general.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for. And today, like we said, decent amount of plays made on the offensive side. And like I said, I'm still going to push back on the idea that one side knows what the other side's doing. I just don't. I can't process that. It just doesn't make sense to me. And so we'll figure out whether there was just a way he's stating it is not exactly what's going down.
Yeah.
But I do know there's definitely some back and forth give and take. And there were some guys running wide open today in team or in 7-on-7.
Yeah, I wanted to reference what Christian Kirk was talking about is that we can't wait for the opportunity. We got to go seize it. And sometimes when you get hurt, you know, that mortality of you missing a game and a season goes by kind of puts things in kind of perspective. And he understands that this team does have talent. They do have ability, but they can't squander it. And last year was a squander. It was, absolutely. 8-3 to collapse the way they collapsed down the stretch. And you can't have that. So he's basically saying, listen, he's one of the leaders. Hey, listen, we get opportunities like this where we're in that position ever again. We got to finish the deal.
It was a really good comment.
We got to finish the deal, bro.
In fact, I would argue that the squandering of last year was just as bad as the squandering of Trevor's first year. They're both bad, both horribly bad.
In different forms.
But both the same idea of, look, there's too much there. Right. There was too much there to get done with Trevor in his first year for them to squander that. Yeah. There's too much there in that team last year with the ability to not only win the division and get to the playoffs, but maybe move far in the playoffs and to just blow it up like that in the last month and a half of the season.
I see him totally different. Like the 21, his first year, he was exposed to there was no plan, there was no organization.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then whereas this one, there was good. And then you can come up with a few different reasons, but injuries were as big a part of it as anything down the stretch.
All right, my whole thing is there are only so many years in the NFL, not only for the players, but so many years where franchises, specifically the franchises that have struggled over their history, and this franchise being one of them, where they can be among the elite. That was a wasted year last year. Yeah. Trevor's first year was a wasted year, not because they could have won 10 games, but because he needed that time with good coaching to develop. That's all I'm saying. I think they're both very similar in that aspect of their wasted years in an era where there's only so many years in the NFL for a player's career.
And as Christian Kirk gets older, he understands that those years, those wasted years, are few. You can't allow them to happen. And last year was an opportunity for the Jaguars to be a staple amongst the elite. When you go 8-3, number one seed, and you know there's a lot of you had to cover a lot of ground to get to that point right there.
Yeah,
and you squandered it. You know what I'm saying? It's like what's that movie you watching, Vikings? It's like you're territorial. You conquer all this land, and then all of a sudden, you get pushed back, and you had to go home. That's the way this team was. I mean, it was on a nice little rampage. And then all of a sudden, it just crumbled apart. I mean, it's like your kingdom crumbling apart.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, there's just so many different things. And heck, I'm talking to a few Jaguar folks today around practice, and I'm just simply trying to figure out, where is either that breaking point along the offensive line? Is that still going to be a concern? And if that can be fixed, then what ultimately can they get out of this offense? Because that offensive line is still something of a concern. Here we are. Like I said, I'm not going to panic over anything over the first week, but you don't need to see guys breaking through. Like you said, you guys are watching, and Trevor's got 2 seconds and just some bad moments that he's got to get rid of the football way quicker than you would like to see him practice.
Oh, 2-minute drill on Saturday was atrocious, bro. It really was. I mean, there was a lot of times the Trevor threw the ball when he wouldn't have made that throw. He wouldn't have got sacked. And the one thing that I was telling Matt off the air is that I see with a lot of NFL teams that we don't do is they usually have a guy down there with a timer, and 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and then you could do this on 7-on-7 where you got a guy behind and he starts the clock as soon as Trevor gets the ball, and then if he doesn't throw the ball by that particular time, sack, because you don't want to give him a false sense of security because you're not going to get 3-5 seconds in the NFL, not in this league. Absolutely not. So, I'm just saying in that 2-minute drill, we were affected a lot better running the ball than we did passing the ball. It was just a lot of straight up and down by the interior of the offensive line.
Right.
Sick of seeing that. I saw that all last year. I didn't see clean pass-offs on twist. I saw guys coming around the corner and gave Trevor a false sense of security that even though he would have got sacked on that play, they still allowed him to throw the ball. And I'm saying that's a sack. I was just saying that all Saturday. I was getting frustrated because the offensive line, they weren't securing the pocket, or getting the guys around the corner like they. Now, hopefully, they play better today than they did on Saturday. But it was frustrating watching a 2-minute drill as a former offensive lineman.
All right, so let's play devil's advocate then. Knowing what you just said there, okay? How can they expect the offensive line to have any kind of success if the front seven knows exactly the play they're running, which means they know exactly how they're going to try and block it? How could there be any kind of success there?
Well, here's the thing. We were talking about off the air, and I said whatever Trevor may have struggled with last year in coverages or coverage combinations, they might be telling the defensive coordinator, "Hey, listen, could you play a lot of this today so Trevor can work on his skill set?"
And if they're doing that, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, now if they're doing that kind of stuff, I'm okay with that because they have those kind of conversations because defense coordinators say, "Hey, listen, we're struggling with this play, this counter play, this zone play, or this coverage. This route play. And could you implement it a couple of times during the practice?" So there's a little tit for tat that they're working on both of their skill sets. They're both sharpening their tools to whatever they may have struggled with last year to make sure they rectify that right now during camp.
So that's all. Now I'm just throwing this out. That's all 5 days, all team periods, all Pascals. They know it. They know what's coming.
Well, they don't. I wouldn't say that they know what's coming, but they know the complexity of the offense or the complexity of the defense is going to be shown somewhere in practice where either sides may have struggled with last year that they want to see more of.
And there's audibles at the line of scrimmage. They're changing out of plays. They're doing a lot of different things based on what the defense is doing, and that's a test as well, just to kind of figure out, can you get out of this? And that's why I say some of these dump downs and stuff like that, they are working on that. We're seeing little small I want the ball to go downfield. Christian Kirk said it today. He said, when we get pads on, when we start figuring out all these little things that we've been working on, introducing new things into this offense, then we're going to start getting that ball down the field, which is what you want. Don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. So it's practice.
That's it.
That's what you work. That's what you work on. It's practice.
Pads are on tomorrow, correct?
Please, I hope.
I think it's just it's either uppers or full pads tomorrow.
Okay.
Between tomorrow and Wednesday.
All right. So let's just look. I'm just playing devil's advocate again. Let's just say we go through another week of offensive struggles. Are we still going to say we're only 10 days in now?
No, but here's the other part of it is that I've seen, like I said, I pointed this out last year. Calvin Ridley and Trevor Lawrence were going to set the NFL world on fire. They did everything beautifully. Everything. The ball never hit the ground. Everyone said this. I was saying that Trevor Lawrence's bona fide MVP potential, and Pete Prisco is saying they're going to score 500 points, and Calvin Ridley's going to be yes, they're going to score 500 points. And so I've learned enough in enough training camps. I've fallen in love. I can't tell you how many times. This one's different, and I'm okay with it right now. Because I'd rather that defense, I'll go back to what you have told us many, many, many times. When you practice at the U, you went up against greatness, which meant it's the classic iron sharpens iron. You've got to account for that.
Yeah, but greatness didn't know what the play was, though.
Yeah. It's what?
Did the greatness on the other side of the line of scrimmage know what the play was?
No, we didn't.
And again, I'm still pushing back against that. There's no flipping
Well, he said it. We heard him say it.
Well,
we heard the cut.
I didn't hear it the same way you heard it. Because he didn't say the defense knows exactly what we're running on every play.
RJ, play that again, will you please?
I'm not hearing the same thing you're hearing. No, from Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson.
Yeah, you got to be able to let him know which one exactly you're talking about instead of just play that thing again. Come on.
The first one we played, RJ, the very first one out of the box.
Yeah.
We're only 4 days in, right? 4 days in. So still installing, still learning, still teaching, progressing okay. It's obviously we're not a finished product, and we just continue to learn and grow and work in different combinations up front in the O-line, work in different combinations at receivers and running backs. Just we're still in this developmental phase, developing all our players. As we get going deeper into camp, we'll get more specific on lineups and things like that.
Yeah, it might have been the second one because that clearly is not it on that one. I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
Plus, apparently, Press Taylor said the exact same thing last week, where he said they want, they
on
want
Friday,
to work
he
against
said,
right.
Yeah, and he also, but I didn't hear exactly what you think we're supposed to hear, which is they know exactly what we're doing. I've never heard that. And the point was made on the text line, and I totally agree with it. These defensive players are celebrating making big plays. They're trying to figure out and decipher what that offense is doing, at least based on what they see formationally. And they're celebrating the heck out of some of these plays. They should, because they're very active hands. They are going toe-to-toe, running stride for stride with these receivers, and they are making their share of plays.
Well, I mean, listen, it's also the job of the offensive coordinator. Do we know who's going to call the plays
well,
yet?
That was a whole other question about that.
All right, so we don't know who's going to call the plays this season yet. So that's a couple of months away from the season. We don't know. But the offensive coordinator, if he's watching the film with the offense and he's seeing the defense make their plays or whatever, it's his job. Defense coordinator's got these guys ramped up. All right, they got a new defense. They got them wrapped up. I told you they got active hands. They're stripping the ball, knocking the balls down. They're getting after pass or whatever. So their energy and the offensive energy is distant right now. So I mean, somehow our offense seems to be the reason why they're sluggish and the reason why they're not executing well is because they don't seem to be enthusiasm about. There seems to be lack of enthusiasm as far as guys making plays.
I just think the defense loves the chatter when they make the plays.
Yeah,
that's for sure. All right, we'll keep it going. 641-1010. You guys hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can get in the MyBookie digital studio. All you got to do is go to YouTube. You can stream us 1010XL. Find us, hang out there, and tell us what you think.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Joe C. for Roland Reese Plumbing, a quarter of a century worth of experience working right here in Duval, all of the First Coast. In fact, Roland Reese can boast that reputation every single time they want to do work for you because they know how good they are and they know how quickly they can take care of you. Quality and experience, it always should count. So just remember, Roland Reese Plumbing when it comes to any of your plumbing concerns. Emergency service 24/7, full service plumbing, drain cleaning. That means they can do small leaks, major issues, whole house replums, whatever it is. Log on, plumbingjacksonville.com. And don't forget, when you have a leak and can't wait a week, Roland Reese Plumbing.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Do it with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Clayton, I know you're the head diamond buyer at Underwoods, and you travel to the markets to buy diamonds. Why don't you just look at an emailed list and have them send you the diamond?
Frank, there are a couple of reasons we go straight to the source when we're selecting the diamonds we want to put the Underwood name on. First, as an expert diamond buyer, I have to see a diamond before I can really judge its beauty versus the price it's being offered at. Second, when we're at the source, we have huge selections to choose our diamonds from, so we don't have to compromise the Underwood quality standard. The result is we control what goes into our diamond stock instead of allowing a diamond dealer to send us what he wants us to have. The bottom line is we're able to offer our customers carefully selected, beautiful diamonds that we're proud to have carry the Underwood name.
Underwoods, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hey folks, Curtis Dvorak here. Are you a golfer, a pickleball player, or a concert lover? Well, if you said yes to any of those, join me for the first ever Patriot Games on Saturday, September 21st at the Yards in Ponte Vedra. All proceeds benefit Operation New Uniform, which is a transition training program for service members, veterans, and military spouses. For more information, visit onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org. Hope to see you there.
Are there more men than women on the earth? The answer next.
With storm season blowing wind and rain, it's even more critical to protect your valuable assets with a policy from Southern Oak Insurance. Ask your agent about Southern Oak today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
For every 100 girls born, 106 boys are born. But men have a higher risk of dying than females.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time homebuyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time homebuyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time homebuyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
July 29th, 1995. Jacksonville played Carolina in their first preseason game in franchise history.
This is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREC.
This is Dr. Michael Iorio, internal medicine physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
After being 8-3 at one point during last year's season and having a real shot at first place in the AFC, the Jags' sloppy 1-5 finish to the season last year was about as disappointing a finish a team can have. Here's what Christian Kirk had to say about the level of hunger this year's team has at training camp this morning.
What happened to us last year, having that bad taste in our mouth, because what happened last year is unacceptable, and it's not what we want to do here as a team and as an organization. So it's really just having that chip on our shoulder and just taking that and using it in our day-to-day practice.
Going belly up to finish the season is very disappointing, but using it as motivation to come back better in every way, like Kirk said, can be a learning experience for a team. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room in Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Mocama bringing it every single day with that barista set up with their coffee, and they make delicious coffee. And it's a big, beautiful tap room right there on South 8th Street that you can go in and enjoy. You can set up meetings there. You can hang out, and then Tuesday through Sunday, they're serving up that great craft. Just enjoy one of them if you're up there. And then look for the Wildlight location. That's their satellite setup in beautiful Wildlight. Both of them are up in Nassau County. So if you're heading up to or in the Dena, definitely check out Mocama Beer Company, that's for sure. Have you checked out the Olympics? How much have you guys watched? Searcy, you were talking about it earlier. Mm-hmm. I definitely watched a little bit over the weekend. Caleb Dressel, one of our own on the First Coast, bringing home that 4x100 medal. They've been in the pool, and they've been winning some gold.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of it. I watched a little, had a water polo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I watched the judo. I have no idea how to score judo.
Yeah.
I don't, but I watched a little bit of the
It's
judo.
fun though, right?
Yeah, it's fun watching it. You judo. Of course, I watched the basketball. What the NBA? I mean, the U.S. team just destroyed Serbia the other day. LeBron James was freaking amazing. No, not even LeBron. Kevin Durant coming off the bench, bro, just shooting lights out,
If
bro.
you go back and you think about his Olympic performances, he's been money.
He has been money. They were talking about him yesterday. They were talking about him the last 11 games. He scored over 20 points in NBA. I mean, in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Like 5 straight in a row. He's got like 20.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, but then I watched it. I'm not going to say. I'm not even going to be embarrassed. But the big fella did watch a little gymnastics.
Oh,
I did.
Nothing wrong with that.
I got a heart for it.
Swimming's going on right now.
Swimming's going on right now.
Very good.
But you know what the star
Yeah,
track and field.
Next week. Yeah,
next
week, right?
Yeah, I look forward to it.
But honestly, I love the pool and seeing which of these stars can keep it going. Katie Ledecky, as long as she's been doing it. Like I said, Caleb Dressel, as long as he's been doing it. 8th career gold in that 4x100 relay. And they did not have the lead after the first leg. I want to say it was Armstrong that got him going, and then Caleb closed him out. That's for sure. It was sweet.
Yeah, you know what? Another thing that's amazing. I mean, Snoop Dogg. When did he go from a gangster rapper to just a all-time celeb, bro? I mean, he's on every Olympic. This, that. Well, I love some Snoop Dogg though, but Snoop Dogg is bigger than rap now, bro. I mean, he's like a
transcended into like
bro. He's like an A+ celebrity,
society,
bro.
even.
I mean, every interview, every suite. He's in every suite. He's in every interview. I mean, who's the guy that does the golf? Mike. I can't think of his name. Tirico. Yeah. Him and Mike Tirico sitting down chatting. I'm just like, Snoop is the man, bro.
And they showed Spike Lee.
Snoop went from Trailer Park Boys to the Olympics.
The man, bro.
There's definitely some celebrity over there. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
You figure they can make it over to Paris. They can see and be seen and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely been something else. All right, over the weekend, or actually, when did the Tua deal come down? Was it Friday afternoon?
Friday,
yeah.
And then Jordan Love on top of that. So if you start taking a look at the amount of cash that's been doled out to these quarterbacks, especially when we're talking about what Trevor's gotten, what Tua's gotten, what Jordan Love's gotten, there's limited samples from all 3 of these guys, and all their teams' fan bases have pinned their hopes on those guys. Keeping it going, getting it done, going forward. A lot of cash handed out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Tua deal, I kind of figured the Tua deal was going to actually come on through. I mean, all Tua had to do was prove that he could stay healthy. And then last year, all he did is he led the NFL in passing and completion ratio and completions. So, I mean, and listen, you either going to pay him now, you're going to pay him later. And Jordan Love, he had sat 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers, had one outstanding year, and they figured that going into the last year of his deal, he was going to definitely need, for him to,
Big Searcy, are they coming in for you?
Not for me. It's not my birthday.
Are you sure they're not coming in for you?
I'm positive not coming in for me.
We have the Roar.
We do have
just
the Roar.
came in.
Yeah.
All right, now, what do you got? I'm looking at
I
that
believe
box.
it's for.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
That is awesome.
All right.
That is awesome. We have seen the Roar cheerleader walking out of practice the last couple of days. Actually, every single day, I think you all have been out there, which is pretty cool. And the fans have just been loving it, every bit of it. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Were they out there with you on Saturday?
They were out there on Saturday, for Legends Appreciation Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing job. Them and the D-line, they were playing the band and everything like that. So nothing wrong with that.
I kind of missed the D-line. I haven't heard from them in a while. Are they still up at the top above the terrace?
No, they was on the field with us on Saturday.
No, I'm talking about game day.
Oh, game day. Oh, yeah, they're still up there on game day. Absolutely. Yeah. I know because my seat's up that high.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not in the
If you're anywhere near the terrace,
I'm in the suite.
You're in a good spot.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot.
Well, look, I looked at the crowd today, and I'm thinking, golly, man, everyone that has been looking so forward to seeing this season get off with everything that had taken place during the offseason, they were fired up for it. And every single time you see a big play made, they're hooping and hollering, having a big time. They did announce to people every day. I don't know if they do this on a regular basis. At least I haven't heard it before. But they said, put the phones down on that team period.
Right.
You can't be videotaping that stuff.
Yeah. And they got people holding signs, too.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is reminders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't show formationally what they're trying to do or anything like that.
Nah.
So if you add it up, and I was just looking to see if I could find the number, but we're talking about a ton of money that has been given out.
Well, I mean, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he had a great year last year. I don't think anybody's going to argue that or deny that.
Mm-hmm.
But they literally made him the highest paid player in the league after one season.
Yeah.
One. So that just underscores the importance of the position.
Right.
It underscores the reality that it is now a vertical game in football, in college football and the NFL. And the quarterback is everything. It's always been everything, but even more so now, the quarterback is everything. You're now paying on the idea of what could be instead of what happened.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what it also did. It's unprecedented now. It's unprecedented. They set the table. Jordan Love set the table. All right. He played one good year.
Yeah.
And he said, okay.
He only started 1 year.
I
His
don't know.
first year as a starter.
That's what I'm saying. He set a precedent.
Right.
And them paying them set a precedent for guys who have one good year. And now you come to the organization and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to play unless you pay me.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing.
That position, you mean?
At that position.
You're right.
No other position
It can't
can
just
do
be
that.
some cornerback
No.
saying
It can't be
that.
no
Right.
quarterback or
Right.
lineman
Right.
or none of that kind of
Here's
stuff.
the crazy thing. We say he's only played 1 year, but that was his fourth year in the league, and it is pay him time, is what it is. Because he's been sitting, and you can't let that guy go.
Yeah, but he
pick
was
up the option.
But he was, but like you said,
but you're going to pay
he was
him
a
what
first
they
round
paid him?
pick. He was a first round pick. So I mean, he had at least another year, to prove it.
True.
But they said no, we've seen enough.
But
plus, also, I get the structure of the deal. I get that. Okay. My point is, you made him the highest paid player in the league.
I know.
After one season.
Listen, we're talking about it. All right. So out of the 3 seasons Trevor's had, how many great seasons has he had?
Who's his agent's same as Trevor's agent, right? David, what's it? Margoletta?
I believe so.
Is that right, man?
Yeah, I believe.
Trevor's? No?
No.
Not?
I was thinking it was the same.
It's not.
So anyway, Trevor's had one really good
it's
year.
Deshaun's agent. That's who it is. I think they're the same.
And then Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan and Deshaun.
Yeah. Well, Trevor had a good back.
He just gave me this look like, no.
He had a good back nine. How about we say a good back nine? He didn't play a whole full round. He didn't have a full round good season.
And
no.
He had a good back nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When it counted the most, too. That's when it happened.
True. That's facts.
All right, so can we get the roar to just walk around, just get into our
everybody
YouTube,
on our YouTube view
into our MyBookie digital
okay,
studios as we're going to break. Jaguars, you can get all of Duval. Do you guys do Duval chants, by the way, when you do that one time as we go to break? Yeah. All right, so in 3, 2, 1. Duval!
All right.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL. We live for this.
That is caught for the touchdown.
We live for Jaguars football.
And the Jags strike first.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Mia here, and we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino? Canceled because real life came calling. MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. The live casino is so easy to use. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action's in the palm of your hands and you don't even need to wear pants. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL. A revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. Sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win, only with MyBookie.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
What's a backflow preventer? In layman's terms, it's a device that stops water from flowing backward in your pipes, which is required to keep drinking water safe and free of any contamination. Here at Duck Duck Rooter, we offer everything you need to keep your water backflow prevention device up to date. From installation to routine testing, Duck Duck Rooter will make sure your drinking water is clean and safe from contamination. Contact us today to schedule your backflow testing, repair, or installation. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and it's hot, so let's talk about something sizzling, making a Bacon 180 with a Waco 180. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crisp, savory goodness. Well, it's on the menu at Awaken 180, and one of the many reasons I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180 weight loss. I did it all while still enjoying so many of my favorite foods. The difference is, my coach showed me how to enjoy those foods the right way. Chicken, steak, pork, lobster, they're all on the menu. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile, including vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, even flexitarian. Yeah, flexitarian. They're all covered. Bottom line, if you want to lose weight fast and safe and keep it off with lifetime coaching, then make your own Bacon 180 with the Awaken 180. Do what I did, and Mike Dempsey and Hacker and more than 21,000 others have online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheap or discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
This is Pretection. Yep, Pretection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
Jags fans, the Jaguars are back at the Miller Electric Center for training camp.
Presented by Dreamfinder.
You won't want to miss out. Stop by to get the first look at Trevor Lawrence and the team as they prepare for the 2024 season. To check out camp dates and secure your tickets, go to jaguars.com/training camp. Daily availability is limited, so lock in your tickets today.
How good is that?
For a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400 August 24th at Daytona, answer this question. Who was on the pole position for last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010.
What makes a Honda certified pre-owned vehicle so special? 182-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, first-year free oil changes, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty for carefree driving backed by American Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by USA Park. Dressel does it again, taking gold in the men's 4x100-meter relay race. Local Olympian Caleb Dressel anchored the U.S. men's swim team, marking this his 3rd gold medal in the event. Dressel shared his feelings post-win.
It's really special. I mean, my son getting to watch me win a gold medal is everything. And I know that last 50, I just wanted to get a gold medal for these guys. I've had my moments in the sport. It's time for these guys to have their fun. So I did my part. It's just really special. It's what we came here to do. That's why it was so tough to make a team, and we won by over a second. So that's what we came here to do, and we did it in good fashion, yeah.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp split the series with the Norfolk Tides this past week, with the Tides taking the win yesterday 5-4. The Shrimp get back at it at home tomorrow night, taking on the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs with first pitch at 7:05. It's 90 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The Weekend Rewind. Brought to you by Cycles of Jacksonville. The big boy toy store for big boy toys.
Shohei Ohtani sets career high with 27th stolen base.
There goes the runner from first. Throw down. Not in time. Stolen base Ohtani.
Jonathan Vegas wins the 3M Open.
There it is. The drought is over. That was some confident stroke.
Paul Goldschmidt walks it off for the Cardinals.
The blue skies overhead. Swing, high fly ball. Bounce it left. One back. Trick wall. It's a walk-off winner.
Chip, you know that this one felt great for Paul Goldschmidt, your Budweiser play of the game. The walk-off home run, his 8th of his career.
LeBron James makes it look too easy against Serbia.
A good split in the steal. There is Holiday with a quick hands. LeBron James, locomotive. It's an early James jam for the United States. Pops the cork. Here comes James in transition. James, get out of his way for 2.
Xavier Edwards hits for the Cycle versus the Brewers.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Towards short. Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! He beats it out. It's a single, and it's a cycle.
Now, we are right here at the trade deadline. I think it's tomorrow, RJ, at 6 o'clock is when it all goes down. And there's some activity, and you're hearing some big-time names that are making big-time plays in Major League Baseball as we are about to head into August. Over the weekend, Johnny Vegas ends him a nearly 7-year winless drought, and of course plenty from the Olympics. Cycles of Jacksonville, don't forget, they're in the boat business with that Honda beautiful new boat. It is a Scout hull, and everything else is Honda, and then of course the Coach pontoon boats along with everything else on and off road. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
So I just want to let everybody know, how the sausage is made. Okay, thanks so much for the Roar coming in.
Oh,
yes. 2 young ladies from the Roar coming in.
Our general manager made sure he brought
it in. Of course, yeah. So after the break, we want to get a picture with them. So we stand up, and I'm 5'11", okay? And they're in like these 4-inch heels, right? So you guys put me between them so I look like the short guy, and you guys are on the edge, and I'm standing there going, all right, now what?
You got to be a confident brother, bro.
I was confident, but I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm clearly the shorter than these two now. They got their 4-inch heels on, man.
True facts. I mean, you know what? I should have been in the middle.
You should have said, let me get in the middle.
I should have been in the middle.
Because you are the former NFL player.
I am. Facts. True.
I looked at Joe. I looked like Joe Pesci at the end, okay? But still. The Roar in studio, we totally appreciate it. They're fired up just like everybody. All of Duval.
Mia and Angelica.
Always like to say, yeah, exactly.
Thank you,
they came in and had kind of got us fired up. And I'm sure if anybody was watching on the YouTube, you can go back and check out the whole show. But yeah, they definitely got Duval revved up. That's for sure. All right, so when we talk about that weekend rewind and everything, baseball is coming down to the wire. We're starting to pay attention to all of the races that are going on, American League, National League, everything. And then also all these training camps that are taking place across the National Football League. Matter of fact, let's hit that right now with this news that came out just a little bit earlier.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So one of the guys that was a big home run hit in Houston as far as their free agent signings, Danico Autry, is been suspended. He's been popped, and he's one of the guys that has tested positive for a banned substance. And you're talking about a guy that they were counting on. Now, remember, he came in. He's been dealing with injuries over the last couple of years, but he is being suspended 6 games for violating the NFL policy against performance-enhancing drugs.
That's were they expecting a lot out of him?
Yeah. Well, you better believe it. You figure they went out and got Daniil Hunter and Danico Autry and wanted to pair those two up with Will Anderson and everything else that they had along that front 7. And here's a guy that's
a loss for them.
Yeah. And so that's just call it a third of the season. He's going to be gone, Leon, and not having that guy as far as being able to put him in the fold and in your plans, no bueno for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. But I know you being a Dodger fan that you are, I saw the betting odds for the World Series.
What do you got?
Odds. The Dodgers are plus 300 right now.
Yeah,
they're at the top, bro. I'm looking at it right here. They're at the top. The only team they're at the top with the Phillies and the Yankees and the Orioles behind them.
I'm getting my Hard Rock Bet app fired up and ready to go for the playoff run, the postseason push, and then obviously into the football season. But the thing I'm most worried about is that every single time they tear through the regular season and the way the postseason schedule unfolds, they just cool off. Both them and the Braves had it happen to them last year, which absolutely sucked. And they just cannot cool off. Those bats have got to remain red hot. Ohtani will have a hell of a lot to do with it.
Well, listen, I'm wishing you well because I know you're a Dodgers fan. I'm going to shoot his name out there, Philly Mo, who's a Philly fan. All I've been hearing
is he talking trash?
Oh, he's talking trash. I mean, he always finds these little moments when Philadelphia is on top to just worry the hell out of me. Just want to say that. Just worry the hell out of me.
He does, too.
He does. He bothers me. Wow.
Well,
he's a good friend, though.
They're looking good. Honestly, they are. And if you start looking around and you can just kind of get a feel for who's poised to be able to take it all the way, and they definitely have. Remember, the trio of star power they had in the infield at the All-Star game, along with their pitching, so they definitely have the components necessary. The bullpen's always going to be a question mark for both teams that we're talking about here. But, yeah, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it takes us. That's for sure. All right, normally in the 3 o'clock hour, we have the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, joins us. But we'll get back to hopefully be able to visit with him at some point during the week. We know that he was on the travel schedule this week. But when we get back to those quarterbacks and you start adding up the guys, and like we said, the amount of money that has been spent has been sick over the course of this offseason. And when you think about what let's add up what Tua, Waddle, and Tyreek cost the Miami Dolphins. And then you add up what Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith cost the Philadelphia Eagles. And you can go down the line with all the other ones that have big money spent. This team, smartly, you might say, got Christian Kirk early. Now at least it looks like it's a little bit more of an affordable deal. They had to say goodbye to Calvin. They tried to keep him. They just didn't want to pay $50 million guaranteed. And we know we went to Titans land, but they have signed their big pass rusher. They've signed their quarterback. They already had their wide receiver in the fold. They got the tight end in the fold. So there's a lot of money being thrown around.
So Christian Kirk getting $85 million, that's a deal.
It's a bargain.
It's a bargain right now. If you look at it. That's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, remember when he set the market?
Yeah, when he set the market on fire, absolutely.
Wow.
Coming from the Cardinals, he absolutely set the market on fire. When he gave him $85 million.
A great free agent pickup.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even with the injury, a great pickup.
No.
He and Evan Ingram both.
Yeah.
Just
great and by the way, look, we can go back in time, and we weren't quite sure how this would pan out. The one guy that was a big believer was one of his coaches at Arizona, Sean Jefferson, a Jacksonvillian, who absolutely raved about him when we had him on XL Primetime when that first deal went through. And then we all tried to figure out, well, is he really a one? All that type of stuff. This dude has been committed, productive.
A player.
Tough.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah.
Go-to guy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I questioned all three of the signings, and all three of them, when Zay Jones was healthy, he was terrific.
Yeah.
So all three of them were really good signings. Yeah. All three of them.
And by the way, Evan Ingram had to prove people wrong.
When
he came up here.
Yeah, he was on the bubble of bust.
Yeah.
I mean, he came here and the Jaguars gave him a resurgent. I mean, now, he should have been an all-pro.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy who had 100 catches last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was robbed.
Yeah, he was absolutely robbed. But, the whole knock on him when he's with the Giants is that, crucial times of the game, he's going to drop one. Or he's going to fumble or something like that.
Right.
Had to come here and he had to go on a 1 year prove it year.
Exactly.
1 year prove it year. He came in, he was a stud.
All right, let's do the 10-10 take on the quarterback news that took place over the weekend.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since '68.
Sonny's, they serve it up fast, but just know they smoke it slow. They want to make sure it's properly prepared, that it's got all the seasonings, it's cooked over that wooden oak coals, and they make sure they serve it to you fast. Check it out for any of the Sonny's on the First Coast. You can count on a great meal, tremendous sides, along with any protein you choose. So let's go back to the 2020 NFL Draft. And if you think about the guys that were selected, Joey Burrow at the top, he went number one because his team was number one and because Tua got hurt down the stretch. Let's just remind ourselves of that. Justin Herbert got hot late. tested well as he was going through the draft process. So those three were three of the first 6 picks. Then you had Jordan Love selected, 24th, 25th, and then you had Jalen Hurts in the second round of that draft taken. So a total of 5 quarterbacks from the 2020 draft, nearly $1.25 billion in quarterback contracts. $275 for Burrow, $212 for Tua, $262 plus for Herbert, $220 for Jordan, $255 for Jalen. Whoa!
By the way, what
you want to wonder whether or not quarterbacks are important in the National Football League?
What happened to when 4 quarterbacks go in the first round? One's really good, one's decent, the other 2 are busts.
It's fair to say. It really is.
Every
fair
one
to
of them
say.
hit.
Because
Jalen wasn't a first rounder, but the other 4 hit.
Yeah. And by the way, Jalen at least had a little bit of a wobble last year because of injuries. He kind of got beaten up. He kind of got beaten up a little bit. We're going to keep an eye on him this year and see whether he can turn the corner. But if Burrow stays healthy, we know how dynamic he is. Jalen Hurts got a lot of good pieces around him this go around for 2024. So we'll find out. Tua had to overcome the concussions and proved himself very worthy.
What's the deal with Burrows in the hair, though, bro? What's the M&M deal? What's going on with the hair? Do you see him?
You don't like the hair?
I'm trying to get used to
See, the first one was a fake. This other one's real?
No, this is real, bro.
Okay.
This is real. The beach blonde hair that he's wearing in training camp. A little bit of Eminem-ish.
Yeah, remember when he had the long locks?
As long as it doesn't affect his arm, he's good to go. I wouldn't care what he's read. I don't care what he wears.
But if you go through that draft and then you go to the let's just do this. Think about it. 2020 draft right now, the first 6 quarterbacks taken off the board have all proven worthy of big contracts. The next year, 2021, one of 5 in the first 15 selections have proven worthy of a lengthy contract. And even that is being second-guessed right now because Trevor's contract, of course, is going to be second-guessed.
Bro, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's like going to Vegas. It's like you said, 2020. It's like the one night you go down the tables.
Yeah.
You hit, you collect all your chips. You come back, see if you can hit again. You lose all your chips.
Yeah. You can't miss, can't go wrong, and then you can't do anything right.
Exactly.
And so those guys, even though Joe Burrow has now gone through 2 years where he's not finished the year, he still is a very, very good quarterback. Justin Herbert's now gone a year where he hasn't finished the year. Tua's gone a year where he hasn't finished the year. At least I don't believe he did with the concussions. He might have finished the year, but had the injuries. Did he shut it down? I kind of feel like he did.
Last year?
He 22.
He did with the
22?
head injuries, yes.
Yeah, with the head injuries, yeah.
And so all those guys at one point or another have dealt with.
It hit Skyler. Who was playing the playoffs against the Bills?
Yeah,
Skyler Thompson.
Yeah, was it? Who was it?
Skyler Thompson.
Yeah?
Yeah. Give from K-State. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for all intents and purposes, Trevor was almost the last 5-6 games. He was clearly injured, every one of those games.
And missing 2 very important pieces in Zay Jones and Christian Kirk down the stretch at the right time. That's for sure. All right, we'll keep it rolling. Mokama Beer Company, they bring you Mondays right here on XL Primetime, and they can bring you a cold glass Tuesday through Sunday with that delicious craft South 8th Street as you enter the historic part of Fernandina. All you folks in the Dina know about them, but just go check out their beautiful tap room. It's an old 50s car dealership, and then check out the Wildlight location as well, or pick it up on a shelf at ABC or Total. Mokama Beer.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers. Now, a 1010XL Summer Olympic Update brought to you by USAPark.net Airport Parking.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. A thrilling night for the U.S. men's gymnastics team. Frederick Richard, Brody Malone, Asher Hong, Paul Judah, and Steven Nedorosik delivered, winning Team USA's first medal since 2008. The American men took bronze after a mostly error-free showing in the artistic gymnastics final. Team USA consistently hit its routines, including on vault, floor exercise, and finally on pommel horse. Japan took home the gold. China claimed the silver.
Now to the pool, where there are a handful of finals taking center stage in men's and women's swimming. American Katie Grimes won silver in the women's 400 individual medley. Fellow American Emma Wyant took bronze, and world record holder Summer McIntosh of Canada won the gold. And Nevada native Luke Hobson won bronze in the men's 200-meter freestyle final, finishing in a personal best. With this Summer Games update, I'm Erica Herskowitz, Westwood One Sports.
At Lowe's, save big every day. Right now, get a free pneumatic nailer when you buy a pallet of Metabo HPT nails. And there's more. Save 10% on select shingles when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Hi, everyone. Broadcaster and ER physician Dr. Jerry Punch here. We all know about the speed of sound, but have you ever thought about the sounds of speeding? If you drive over the speed limit, there are lots of sounds that you might hear. You could hear the sound of your vehicle crashing, the sound of first responders desperately trying to save you. You could even hear the sound of people crying at a funeral. Because if you drive over the speed limit, you could do damage that's beyond repair. One way or another, speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is Dr. George Bari, inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics, and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and Twitter to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball presented by FIS is home this week at 121 Financial Ballpark. Bring your dog tomorrow for a Forever Vets Dog Day. Then it's 5-Star Good is Everywhere Wednesday featuring Dreams Come True. This weekend starts with Coors Light Thirsty Thursday and Fireworks Friday and Saturday. Baseball all week and weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable. Family fun.
Where's the longest cave system in the world? The answer in a moment.
There's always a good reason to compare homeowners' insurance rates. You may be paying too much. Protect your home with a Southern Oak insurance policy today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With over 400 miles meandering through 3 counties, Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky is the longest cave system in the world.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Mia O'Brien.
Fun-loving girl.
On Helmets and Heels from noon to 2.
Likes to laugh. Lives to love. No dull moments tolerated.
Mia's quick hits are driven by Arlington Toyota on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
This patriotic chant mirrors the enthusiastic efforts our American athletes have dedicated to their quest for a gold medal at this summer's Olympics in Paris. USAPark.net Airport Parking is your safe and secure parking for when you fly out of JIA. No matter where you're going, whether you're traveling to the Olympics to support our athletes or just visiting Grandma, remember to park at USAPark.net.
What's changed totally inside and out? The Kuhn Flowers massive storefront, and yes, they've totally remodeled the showroom inside too. This is Frank Frangie, and the next time you drive by, stop and smell the roses at Kuhn Flowers.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room in Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Well, I tell you what, when you start looking ahead and think about how quickly the season's going to get here, all you need to know is football is this coming week. It's this coming week. And you got a Hall of Fame game, then you got some preseason action. Your football team's going to be in action here. Your Jacksonville Jaguars with a couple of home games and then one away. And then before you know it,
it's on, man.
Yeah, cutting the roster to 53. All the stuff that's going to be going on with this football team and the rest of the NFL.
Like all college teams starting this week, man. It is on, bro. Football is back.
What comes up? What comes up this weekend with college? Because
I think Florida reports tomorrow.
Yeah, Florida reports.
Well, the freshmen might have reported today, actually.
Really? Okay, FSU already did.
FSU's already they're a full week into practice.
Yeah, because they had to leave the ACC kickoff and immediately get on.
Because they're playing
the grass.
week 0, yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to be there in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland. Is that the 26th? Does that sound right?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
It's 25th?
It's the Saturday before whatever.
Yeah. And
no,
so
it's the 20th.
That's week 0. Week 0.
Yeah.
So I have to look at
the more and more I think about this game, and I just want to hear a little bit more as far as how DJ Uiagalelei is handling
24th.
That stage. Is it the 24th?
It's a noon kick in Dublin.
Oh yeah. So it's just going to be awesome just to see all these big games that are going to be taking place.
It's not just DJU. I mean, they've got a lot. They've replaced a lot of key people.
They had
on that
13
team.
guys that I think a dozen or 13 that were either drafted or signed as undrafted free agents.
And I am completely
That's a boatload of talent.
And I will say this: I'm completely bought in on the idea of Mike Norvell clearly knows what he's doing in the portal. They're developing these guys. I'm bought in on that completely. I'm not bought in on DJU.
Right.
That's why I think it's. I think that Georgia Tech game is going to be a war in the fourth quarter.
Like if you go to practices and you see DJU struggling a little bit, I can imagine you'd come out of it going, it doesn't look good. Entirely different in that situation than what we're experiencing with Trevor this past week. Because DJU's on his third football team, third offense, played at Clemson, did not fare well, ended up embarking on the transfer portal and went up to Oregon State, and now he's back in the ACC.
Well, Matt, what are some of the key components that Norvell needs to focus on as far as DJ goes that he struggles with that you've seen over the past couple of years?
Well, I mean, if you're going by Clemson, he takes forever to get rid of the ball. That's number one. He's got this wind-up motion, and in the spring game, it looked very similar. Doesn't mean you can't grow from the spring, so that was in April. Doesn't mean you can't grow from April to August. Of course you can, and I'm sure they're working on his release and his delivery and just his mechanics. It just sometimes, and it got better last year with Jonathan Smith, I will say that, at Oregon State. Jonathan's a terrific coach. So it got better there. He could get even better this year. I'm not saying it's not going to. All I'm saying is there are times when it looks very uneasy the way he throws the football. A lot of quarterbacks you see when they throw the football, it looks normal and easy, and they drop, they take steps, and they throw it, boom. He's always moving his feet. He's always like it's like he's never squared. He's never boxed and squared, and you make the throw like all quarterbacks try to do. Yeah. And it's odd for me to see it. That's all.
Now, when you say wind up, are we talking Leftwich wind up? Leftwich had a.
He's got that watch.
Like he's throwing a curveball or something.
He winds up when he throws the ball.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
But I'll tell you what, he's a big dude. He's a tough guy to get down when he runs. Even when he's running, it's plodding. It's not really like he's 100% not like Jordan Travis as far as a dynamic runner. He's more of a plotter, but he will get tough yards, yeah.
Well, you figure, can you picture KJ Jefferson?
He's a very willing runner. It's what Dan Mullen used to say all the time. He's a willing runner.
Which you have to have.
Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for. Anthony Richardson, he wanted him to be a willing runner. And Anthony Richardson's such a big human being. He obviously is understanding that part of his skill set now more and more, I would think. And he still has to bridge it back in the NFL because he's coming off shoulder surgery. But KJ Jefferson, big guy, doesn't necessarily throw it as well as maybe you'd like to see him do it. But when he needs to take off, he can. And he's done that to success.
Right. And KJ's more of a dynamic runner, too.
Yeah. And DJ needs to become that type of guy because I would consider him the same size and capability as a KJ Jefferson.
Yeah, but he's not going to be Travis last year was. I mean,
he's not. Jordan.
Okay, all right. We can't expect that, right?
No,
because he. I mean,
no.
As a dominant passer, he was, but he could break a game open by running the ball.
Yes,
and Jordan Travis, yes, had cat quick decision making powers, fairly cat quick speed, and could change direction in a nanosecond. DJU, it takes him 4 seconds to stop after he starts running because that's just the body type that he's got. But still, he can absorb some hits, make you account for him as another person in the offense that can take off and run, and that makes it difficult for defense. So that's what he's going to try and do.
He's not the most accurate guy either. That's another problem.
He's going to have to mask.
So that's
why I said.
Well, to be fair, Jordan Travis, until last year, wasn't the most accurate guy either. And they won 10 games 2 years ago with Jordan Travis when he wasn't that accurate of a thrower. So, I mean, I'm not trying to jump on the Florida State hopes because I think clearly Mike Norvell knows what he's doing. There's no doubt about that. It's just going to be interesting to see how he develops, DJU develops under Norvell.
All right, here's Mike Norvell on DJU as far as what he thinks he can be.
For all the things that he is capable of on the field, you see his size, his arm talent. I mean, he did a really good job for us this spring coming in. You've watched the progression through highs and lows throughout his college career, but it's who he is that I think will allow him to be truly special. I mean, because even coming into our program, he's a name that the country knows, and like I said, he has ups and downs, but he comes in with just he leads with humility, and he is not always about him. It's about who he gets to impact. He we all desire for him to have the best year of his life here at Florida State in this last season. But even when you watch the investment he's able to make into his teammates, the way that he comes in and the way he studies, the way he prepares, what he's doing in the offseason, what he did in the offseason program, physically, just in all aspects, he's somebody you want to root for. And it's exciting to see him go to take that next step, because it's the journey that's helped build the man that he is. And he's getting to live life, and that's where it's ups and downs, but he stayed true to who he is, and now he gets to go and have a very special year here in front of us.
So a couple things. Mike Norvell's dead on accurate. He's always been that guy that is a great teammate, a guy that teammates love, teammates rally around. He's a very likable guy. It's not a question. Here's another thing too: is remember they signed him early. Like he could have signed someone else from the portal. He went after DJU. That's the guy he wanted. Well, so I think that's important as well. And it's not like he doesn't have talent. I'm telling you right now, I saw him at a quarterback camp in San Diego when he was a junior. Mm-hmm. Junior. Dude, he looked like the defensive end out there playing quarterback.
A big human being.
It was unreal what he looked like out there.
Yeah.
But he's always had a guy that's got a big arm that can make every throw. It's just it's the wind up. There are times he just doesn't look like he's comfortable in the pocket. I think that's the biggest question I have with him.
Yeah, and I feel like,
do you know what I mean by that, Leon? Like when he's back there, he's constantly moving, constantly. Like he's never just set in making a throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he doesn't say his feet. I mean, is that a nervous reaction, or is that just something he's done out his whole career?
I don't know. And again, they might have coached that out of him in the last 6 months. I don't know, but he was that way at Oregon State too. Mm-hmm. He's always moving.
This is where Mike Norvell can try and prove how good he is with quarterbacks if you straighten out something that this guy's been doing for now 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, if Jordan Travis doesn't break his leg and they make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, they could have beaten anybody.
Jordan, I mean, you're talking about someone who went in the 6th round who could have easily been a top 1, 2, 3 round pick. Right. You know what I'm saying?
If they run through and win the playoffs?
And win the playoffs, yeah.
He could have moved up very high.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have been probably early 2nd round. So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, Mike Norvell did that with Jordan Travis, so I wouldn't expect anything less than from DJU.
Yeah, but it's a decision-making that's going to be the biggest challenge, because I always felt like Jordan Travis, if a play broke down, he could turn something, and he could take nothing and turn it into something. And I don't know whether DJU can do that, because that's where Jordan Travis, I'm telling you, as mentally put together as any football player you've seen.
He can't, but the thing is I'm sorry, Lance.
No, you're good.
I hate to say this, but it's almost reality. His best year was when he was a true freshman. And when he played those 2 games for Trevor, when he went to South Bend, he looked fantastic. You know why? They blocked for him.
Yeah,
they had receivers.
When I saw him in that game, I thought he was going to be just fine.
Right. So Clemson couldn't block the next 2 years, right? So then he gets to Oregon State. Oregon State was okay. They were okay on the offensive line. They were okay outside as well. Here's the thing with Florida State. They can block. Florida State's offensive line is very good. I don't know who their receivers are. That's a big question.
I give Jonathan Smith credit for coaching him up, though. I'm trying to remember who the offensive coordinator was.
With him?
At Clemson, when he was on his way out, when it didn't work.
It was still Tony Elliott.
Okay, it was.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think his last year was Brandon Streeter.
Okay.
But Tony Elliott, I believe, was still there for one of his years.
That makes sense, because that would have been his first year there. Anyway, it did not work out. So we'll see whether or not Mike Norvell can keep it going in the right direction. All right, Mocama Beer Company Monday, we're keeping it going in the right direction until 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's when the Frangie Show takes over.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
If you're from the South, you know all about fried green tomatoes and BLTs, so put some South in your mouth and get to Bono's to try the fried green tomatoes appetizer served with Reggie Ranch and one-of-a-kind Bono's BLT with smoked brisket, lettuce, and fried green tomatoes served with one southern side. Frank Frangie here, and I'm telling you, I love fried green tomatoes, and this sandwich is out of sight. So head to your local Bono's today. The fried green tomatoes appetizer and BLT is a summer sensation. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
July 29th, 1995. Jacksonville played Carolina in their first preseason game in franchise
David
history.
Ammon here with Zero Res. So Ammon, you have worked for Zero Res since you were 9 years old. What makes Zero Res the right choice for cleaning carpets and tile?
I can think of 3 simple reasons. We have the best process, the best people, and our promise to do the best cleaning possible every time.
So what deals does Zero Res offering for this month?
July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, so for home carpet cleaning, we're offering $49 per room, and for businesses, we're offering 20% off.
Sounds like a great time to get your carpets cleaned. Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Look, we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino canceled because real life came calling. Well, MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. I love the live casino. The roulette is awesome. It's so easy and so much fun. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action is in your hands. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL, and a revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. So sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win. Only with MyBookie.
Nick in here for About 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of About 9. Visit About 9 Associates today and experience the difference. About 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and it is hot out there. You know that, Greg, but Honda has a plan for you on or off the road.
They do. There's a ton of Honda scooters, Honda mini motos, great for the beach. Also get you out in the woods with a Honda side-by-side. Plenty to do and stay cool.
Yeah, four-wheelers, and you can trick them out.
We can. From stereo systems to big builds, we do it all.
Everything's there for you to see. CyclesofJacksonville.com online or on Atlantic near Regency. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
This is Dr. Turner Vossler, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Linebacker Devin Lloyd spoke this morning at camp to talk about the effect that first-year defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen is having on the defense and how he does a good job of simplifying a defense with lots of different looks.
You know, everybody's on the same page, communication's at a high level, and it's complex but simple. You know, it's relatively simple, and so, you know, it's easy for everybody to just be decisive.
The ability for Coach Nielsen to teach his players different concepts and lingo in a way that is simple for them to comprehend allows them to get a head start on growing and improving the defense earlier in the season. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I know they're fired up for what's coming with the Jaguars kicking off their season. This team took Brian Thomas Jr. in the first round. Keon Coleman slipped to later in the draft, and even though the Jaguars signed Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs is no longer in Buffalo, here's the report coming out of Buffalo. Coleman is reportedly already the Bills' wide receiver 1, and they're just a few days into training camp. The headline reads from NFL Rookie Watch, Keon Coleman is a freak. We'll find out. You love the look of him when you saw him come from Florida State or from Michigan State to Florida State, and the dude was returning punts at 6'4", and then had one of the more comical kickoff press conferences to his professional career when he unveiled his strategy on buying coats. It was just classic.
I told you all about him last year before he even signed with Florida State.
Oh, yeah?
That he was the real deal, man. The real deal. And speaking, by the way, of big play guys and number one guys, and the quarterback in the NFL for that matter. So, the two-time MVP down there in Baltimore, Lamar Jackson.
Lamar?
Mm-hmm. He's been intercepted by Marlon Humphrey, 4 times in the last 3 practices.
It happens, right?
Yeah,
the MVP, bro.
Yeah.
The two-time MVP.
Yeah.
4 times in the last 3 practices.
He might think he's still on vacation. Maybe they're running some kind of same. No, they're not.
Well, I guess here's the big question then. We heard Josh Allen last week got picked off, 4 times? And 3 times in, one of the first 4 plays. You're hearing about Lamar Jackson. Are we going to now try to tone this down with Trevor, or are we still going to hold him to the same level of, ooh, did you hear that? Trevor Lawrence got picked off 2 times today. How are we feeling when we also are hearing these other names that are being picked off, high-level guys?
Well, listen, I'm gonna hold him to the same standard. I mean, he wants to get there. He's not among the elite players. If the elite players are struggling right now, I mean, listen, Lamar Jackson got 2 MVPs under his belt. All right, who else is struggling out there? Who's throwing interceptions?
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, Trevor's not on either one of theirs level right now.
Matt Stafford's throwing interceptions.
Yeah,
all
right.
Goff's throwing interceptions.
But he's not on their level.
You know
he should be able to. Yeah.
I hate when people are trying to tell me what I'm seeing. I'm watching it. I'm looking at it, okay?
You can't unsee what you saw.
Yes, I'm watching it happen. So you can tell me they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this. I'm watching it happen. It doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Okay, how about that?
Yeah, today.
How about if we just leave it at that? It doesn't look right.
Yeah, today he goes 6 of 9, maybe 6 of 9. He did throw one intended for Kirk right into the midst of Christian Braswell. Braswell made a beautiful play, stepped right in front of it, but had a lot of other guys that he read and threw open, that type of stuff. I'm looking at another one yesterday. Deshaun Watson goes 18 for 19 at training camp against one of the NFL's top defenses. Well, I saw Deshaun Watson before he got hurt last year, and he didn't look like
horrible. He was terrible.
Right.
So, I mean, the preseason game when he played here, he was a shell of himself.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. So, again, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm really seeing in training camp because I've seen a lot of good, and it makes me believe there's more good coming, and it isn't always the case.
Well, I mean, listen, we can't powder his bottom and burp him, all right? You can't do that. I mean, when he's bad, just say he's bad.
Yes.
And when he's good, say he's good. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this notion that
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, this notion that we have to coddle these players and their feelings and emotions get hurt if you talk back. The hell with that. Yeah. It's all about winning W's, baby.
Right. But what I am coming out of this, honestly, more than anything else, is I'm seeing what looks like a good back seven. Now, Devin Lloyd got torched by Evan Ingram on one drop play today. That's going to happen. That's pretty obvious. You're not going to have perfection on either side all the time. But I'm seeing a much better, more active, more playmaking back seven for the Jaguars that I don't think I've seen in a while.
I mean, well, listen, this Jaguar team out the gate, when they played against KC, I mean, the only reason why we were in the game is because of our defense. Our defense is the reason why they kept us in the game. Our offense sputtered, couldn't score any points, had sort of field goals. You kick field goals against KC, you're going to lose games. I mean, so this defense is, has since last year, it's shown this effectiveness now down the stretch. They were horrible. They were just terrible last year. Couldn't stop a nosebleed. But now, listen, it's refreshing to hear that our defense is getting after our offense. And the last thing you want to do is, as a defensive coordinator, is to tone it down. No, the offense has got to lift it up. Their execution and accountability and their blocking has got to be elevated. I'm not toning nothing down. You get to our level, I'm not coming down to yours.
Yeah,
I think they're definitely covering better. I don't think there's any question about that. I don't know if it's a scheme. I don't know if it's another year, just more experience in the league with some of these guys. I don't know if it's the impact of Darby or the impact of Jones. They're definitely covering better.
Yeah.
And they also have at least one, maybe two that can play the combo. They can play both slot corner and safety with Savage and maybe even Darby. So that's also a big deal.
When I talked to Darby last week, he said, and in as many words, he said, I've been doing this for a long time.
Right. That's part of it.
And I asked him, I said, what do you think about the competition for the position opposite Tyson, playing outside? I know that's where you play. I said, but there are others, and we mentioned Jarian and some of the others. He goes, been doing this for a long time. and so he has made plays at this point. If he stays healthy, he's got that DNA in him where he can make those plays, and he doesn't mind being stuck on an island. But it's going to take him, and I'm going to talk to Christian Braswell, I think, day after tomorrow, and we're going to find out these guys, either it's the free agent that comes in, and if he's healthy, he's going to perform, or the Braswells that are ready to develop and turn into something.
I mean, in layman's term, he said, I ain't worried about them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. They don't want
Which he did say during the interview.
Yeah.
He just said, I'm not worried about who else is here. I'm going to play my game. And, if they think that I'm going to be on the outside and think that I'd serve better doing that, then that's what I'm going to do. And I've told you guys for a couple of weeks now, Kadri Ishmael, we had him on the program. He said one of the pieces from the Baltimore Ravens that he was highly upset that left and they just let him walk was that of Mr. Darby.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that they're we're watching him, Joe, and we were talking with Dave Campo about this, our coach. And I actually think they're 4 or 5 deep at corner right now. That if
they've got some
one of those guys goes down, you're not going to like if Tyson Campbell goes down. You're not going to be excited about that, obviously. But they've got options now where you're not going to be like, all right, well, that guy's going to get picked on. There's no doubt about that. And it's not. I think they go 4 and 5 deep. That's the most of everything in camp that I've seen, as much as anything, it's the idea that I think in the secondary they're covering much better, and specifically at that slot corner.
Yeah, and I love Darby's attitude too. He brings a little swag to a little chirping, a little talk, a little confidence, that kind of stuff. I like that about him. Yeah,
Plus,
absolutely.
Let's be honest. Dewey's playing his ass off. I don't know that Antonio Johnson's going to win that job. Well, Dewey is really playing well out there.
He's smart. He knows what he's doing. What he said to Hack in the interview a couple of days ago, or what was it, late last week, where he said, Doug Marrone didn't even know my name. And he said there was just nothing going right at all. He was very, very condemning of what was going on there. And then he gave Doug Peterson credit. He said, now, obviously, you can't take anything lightly. You got to be able to take it to the next level.
He's also it's not just the 2 picks on Trevor. in team, and it's not even in 7-on-7. In individual drills, he's winning. Like, he's winning all over in camp right now. And believe me, Antonio Johnson is a dude. That's a big physical dude. So, I mean, I hope he gets it. Not because I want him playing and I don't want Dewey on the field, but Dewey is really, really wired in right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
You want to talk about wired in and trying to win these battles? I have had a gnat come at me the entire time.
I've been checking you out.
20 minutes you had.
Bro, I didn't know what was going on over there, bro.
It's got to be your kale shake or whatever.
Yeah, it's my smoothie. But is there anything harder to take out than a gnat?
No, it isn't. No, absolutely
it's
not.
Just like he's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I know. He's pestering you.
You're lucky it's not a no-feum.
Stay away from my smoothie.
We used to call them feelums. Yeah.
All right, RJ, hit it.
Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Well, my take today is, listen, enough with the pajamas, all right? I've had to deal with the shirts and shorts for the last week. Put some pads on. Let's put some big boy pads on. Let's go. Let's get the banging. If you separate the men from the boys, that's what my take is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're gonna go out there, tomorrow's the day. That's my take too. Even if it's just uppers, even if you got uppers on, there's gonna be some thumping going on. So that'll be fun, and it's gonna be fun to watch the individual drills, the tackles on the defensive ends. That's going to be fun with those uppers on.
Yeah, just to and heck, I'll play the part of Urban. I'll declare winners on each of those battles as to whether I like them or not. But that's it. The takeaway is that you've got to get better every single day. And I'm seeing good on one side, seeing a little bit more good on the other side. There are definitely plays to be made, and I'm hoping that defense, as good as it's being shown to be right now, can be as good as advertised when they take on the Miami Dolphins. Because that team is going to be without a couple of healthy guys on the defensive side. So this team better be ready for that one. It's a huge one inside the AFC. All right, we wrap our show up. We get ready for the Frangie Show coming up next. We say thanks to Mokama Beer Company. You can log on, mokama.com, and you can check out their story, which was a great one when they first opened up the brewery, and they're still cranking. Tuesday through Sunday, you can enjoy the delicious craft, and then every day of the week, coffee served at their main tap room, and then, of course, the Wildlight location as well. Just log on, mokama.com, and check them out. RJ, we have a giveaway today. I want to make sure, we're good. I want to make sure I don't mess anything up. Thanks to The Roar for dropping by. We got the Frangie Show coming up next. Joe C., Matt Hayes, Big Search will all be at training camp tomorrow.
Everyone